What is up, Gorilla Nation? It is Relentless here, bringing you yet another Division 2 video. It is January the 8th, and it is Mendoza vendor reset time. So typically, I fast travel over here to Truman Safe House, which is right there. I proceed right here, take a left, and 99.9% of the time, I find the snitch as he is right here. Now, the other locations in which I find the snitch is typically over here along the tree line in front of the Lincoln Memorial, over here near the hotel and this other drop. You can sometimes find him in between the bushes, and then underneath the canopy around back of the Lincoln Memorial. Typically, if I do not find him right here where I am now, 0.1% of the time, then he is in this general location. But anyways, you walk up to him, you don't have to do the bounty, and then he reveals to you the location of Mendoza, and then you just look on the map for the particular shopping cart, and that's where she is. And this week she is in the West End. All right, we have arrived at the desired location. As you can see, it is right here on the map where this burning pile of garbage is. So basically what you want to do is then just run straight ahead and then proceed downstairs.
Just tell me what you need.
Baby, you know what I need. What's up, girl? What you got for daddy? Alright, she has a commando. Well, first and foremost, let me turn on the base damages. The base damage of this commando is 45,246. Perfectly naked. When your armor is depleted, gain 50% damage for 6 seconds. Requires a scope with 8 times modification or higher, optimized and Zen. Next, we have a perfect vigilance chest piece. 41.9k base armor, 12.5% crit hit damage, 26,929 armor. And of course, perfect vigilance is gained 30% weapon damage. Taking damage disables this buff for 4 seconds. Has an offensive and defensive mod slot. I'm thinking about picking one of these up. Now we have an ongoing directive glove, 7% marksman rifle damage, 9651 health with an offensive mod slot. Next, we have a True Patriot holster, 7% crit hit chance, 440 skill power with 2 offensive mod slots at 28.4k base. You go pick up one of those as well. Next, we have a hardwired holster. It has 387 skill power, 23,602 health, and 2 utility mod slots. Moving on, we have a Negotiator's Dilemma gloves. 20.9k base damage with 17% hazard protection, and then 225 skill power. Moving on, tip of my dick holster has 12% crit hit damage, 141 skill power, 29.9k base armor. Following after that, we have an Aces and Eights gloves with 10% SMG damage and 3% assault rifle damage. You could use something like this if you're running like a build and you want to use like your marksman rifle as your main, but yet, when you're up close and personal in a fight, you want something to switch to. These will be some pretty awesome gloves because they'll already have that 10% SMG damage. And of course, you can also easily put marksman rifle damage on there as well, and it has an offensive mod slot. Next, we have a Police M4, 12,157 base with spike optimized and rhythm. A Marine Super 90, 96,791 base, Sadist optimized recharged. Next, we have a Fenris chest piece, 11,493 armor, 436 skill power, 7% headshot damage with Bloodsucker, hard hitting, and then of course a defensive mod slot. I mean, it's not too bad. You could make this into a pretty decent hybrid PvE build. Just change out the headshot damage for weapon damage. It's got 436 skill power, and then you can have skill power, let's say, on one attribute on your holster, and then also on your mask, and then boom, you're right there at 200 or two, I should say 2,000 skill power, and then if you use the technician, then you're at 3,000. Or you could just still play with that little hybrid thing and use whatever specialist you want. So that way you can substitute hard hitting from like on a mass, especially if you got a good high roll of damage to elites on another, but yet you want to utilize something else in that hard hitting slot. You can go with the likes of, let's say, destructive if you're going with sparked as well. Um, you can have some seekers, and you'll definitely have the skill power in order to do that just by having those three things on those three pieces for that skill power. So it's not too bad of a chess piece. Definitely for PvE though. Moving on, Providence knee pads, 28.2k base armor, 15% skill haste, and self-adjusting with a defensive mod going on the next item. 4373 health, 20% blind death resistance, and 11% ensnare. That's just a crappy mod. And then finally we have a shield mod at 65.9% active skill duration. There's a few items here, but as we all know, one man's trash is another man's treasure. I definitely have picked up this chest piece along with this holster. And this commando is not too terribly bad, so you can definitely use it until you find something else, especially if you've been farming for the right one. And it has perfectly naked on it, so just stack on extra health as you would like, say, a berserk build. And then so that way you can swap up your health pool, especially if you're on all things PvE. It could come in really handy. But I'm going to... Oh, happy to do business with you too. But we're going to do our confessional, and then we're going to mosey on out back. So we'll see you guys. Talk to you later.